Phil's a great jazz pianist. It's fun. Well, we're gonna answer some questions from all of you now. Bring Nathan back here. Listen, huh? Oh, hey. Oh, thank you.
Was that gorgeous or was that gorgeous? I was ready for about 3 more. I may sneak out mid-show to hear him sing with you guys tonight. That's how much I love his voice.
Thanks. Thanks, Nathan.
We do too.
Okay. First question. How do you stay so focused and not let the fame and glam get to your head? Go to your head? Yes. Who's this from? You. What's your name? Trisha. Hi, Trisha. St. George. We were just there a month and a half ago at the TuneCon. A lot of y'all were there.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess it's not too far from here, from Vegas, right? About an hour and a half. But anyway, how do you stay so focused? Like, I'd like to know that myself. How do you stay focused? Huh? Tell me. You're like, I don't want to know. Focused, it depends on what I'm staying focused on. What would you specify?
Well, you've become larger than, how do you keep your head straight and not let it go to your head and be...
Not let the fame and glam go to your head.
You seem very humble, is what I mean.
Well, thank you.
You seem very down to earth still, and I wonder if there's a secret to that.
There's a secret to that. I don't think there's I don't know.
Backstage, throw stuff.
Maybe you want to answer.
Really humble in real life, too.
Oh, thank you, Erin.
I think there's another probably question in there because I saw it real quick. Just your faith that keeps you on.
How has the gospel affected your life the most? Yeah, I mean, I think that would say that. I was born of goodly parents, you could say. I had a good family who helped keep my head on my shoulders, I guess. Didn't lose my head, whether it was, I think maybe what's helped also is that I don't focus very easily, so I get very distracted by other things. I don't know. No, I think that what's helped me stay focused was my family. I think, my mom came from a very, very poor background. She was born in Honduras, Central America, and she lived in a one-room house with one light bulb, house on stilts by the river. Shared a bed with her 3 other sisters, and she said 2 heads were on this side and 2 heads were on that side of the bed. And I think she's done a really good job at helping me realize what matters most, because she's been blessed with a lot of opportunities. But she's like, I was so happy living in Honduras with nothing. And she said, because we always had each other, and I think even as, we were, lived our lives and had what we needed, my mom, coming from that humble background, it just always gave her perspective. And I think that perspective that she had, and to always be grateful for what you had, really affected us. And her always saying, it's like, you can have all these things, but family is always going to be what's important. You can have all these different things and, things that you like, things that you want, but having God close to you is always going to, no matter what you have, having Him close to you is going to change just everything else. And I think just her teaching us that always was super helpful. So, I think that's what I definitely give credit to that. What would you say, Nathan, as you started getting more in the the limelight. Is this? Why do they call it limelight anyway? I think limelight. I think of like those green lights. Like limelight. What does limelight mean? Anyway, for the expression, how did you stay grounded as the limelight came on TV?
Well, it kind of goes along with what David already said. I think it really comes down to family. I've got a wife and 2 little boys, and
They're sure cute little boys.
and they're the best. But I remember when I first started out in the industry with Yanni, and this was before I met my wife Katie, and I remember thinking that, I just wanted to focus on my career, and because, singing and music brings me a lot of fulfillment, and it still does, of course. But then I remember when I got married and then had 2 little boys, I felt like my heart was like the Grinch. You ever seen the Grinch Stole Christmas? How his heart grows.
I wouldn't touch you with a 39 and a half foot pole.
There you go.
Actually, he's
But anyhow, I just felt like another dimension of my heart came about, and there is just a fulfillment that I couldn't find in any other way. And so my family definitely keeps me grounded. It keeps me humble. We're still learning how to have 2 kids, and sleep deprivation is part of the process. And but Gina, you arrived.
I did. I walked from LA.
The airports were closed, and she was, yeah. Anyhow, but definitely family helps me remember what's most important, and of course, they cause my songs to have so much more meaning.
How old are your boys?
So I got a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old. And they just went home a couple days ago, or else I'd bring them out here on stage. They melt your hearts, they're the best.
At one of our shows in Layton, he actually did come up on stage with us.
He did.
didn't wanna
And
get
Security
off.
almost tackled him down.
yes, and I almost tackled security. They didn't realize he was my
I mean, they didn't
kid.
tackle, but they were running after him like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Practically clotheslined him.
That was funny.
I'm like, no, he's okay. He's with him.
He didn't want to get off stage either. They had to pull him off stage.
Next, how
I
has
had
the
to pull
gospel
out a pull him
affected
off.
your life the most? Who's this from? Yo, what's your name, sir? David. All right, well, that'll be an easy name to remember. David. Well, how's the gospel? The gospel. So, I mean, thinking, okay, what is the gospel? In terms of, so when I think of the gospel, I start thinking of a missionary, which is like the teachings of Christ, the gospel, and living his teachings. Man, I would say, going back, kind of like what Carrie said, going back to that first question, I mean, it gives you perspective. And we wouldn't be doing the Christmas tour if it weren't for how much the gospel has affected both of us. I think both Nathan and myself. So being able to sing, and we'll talk a little bit more about it in the show, just that these songs just have us, the spirit of Christmas, there's a magic to them. And I think, as we start turning our thoughts to Christmas songs and to just those special memories and to Christ's birth, and singing about it, just simply thinking about it, turning our thoughts to it changes us. And I think, same for me, it's like the more I think about the gospel and live it, it's just, it brings that spirit of Christmas with you year round. So you have that with you all the time. I mean, you get like a little extra boost of it during the month of December, it seems, because you're just, everyone else is thinking about it too. But I think I love the spirit of Christmas, and not just during December, not during Christmas shows. Living the gospel, living and being a follower of Christ and a member of my church, LDS Church, it just gives me that feeling all the time, and I love being able to share that. I think that's another thing, when you feel something good and feel that magic in that spirit, you want to share it. And I think that's why I love music. It's a way for me to be able to share that with all of you. And it feels good. It feels good, and I hope it feels good when you feel it too, you know? Yeah. Would you like to add anything to that, Nathan?
Amen, that was great.
Okay. What is your favorite sport to play? Journey.
Right here.
Journey. Hi, Journey. I've never met someone named Journey before.
How's your day today?
That's my name. I like that name, Journey.
Thank you.
My favorite sport to play, if I knew how to play sports. Let me think. You know, I always, not like I'm good at any sports, but I would have liked to play hockey, because I always liked street hockey. Street hockey was fun, you know, the good old days when we were kids, rollerblades. Street hockey. That's what I would have liked to play. I like something about that, right? I also liked lacrosse. I think I would have played that if I had gotten into it earlier. Or, I don't know how I realized it. But yeah, I'd say that. I liked lacrosse a lot as well, because you don't have, I don't know, you can run around with the ball, and if you want to throw it, you just kind of go like this, or you just kind of go like this, rather than having to be like this with football and have this certain skill. I don't know. What's your favorite sport?
Basketball. I grew up playing basketball. It was my life until I was about 15 or 16. And when I realized I was not going to make it into the NBA, at around that time I was involved in the high school musicals and choirs, and just realized how much I loved to perform, and that's when basketball kind of took the back seat. But it's still got a place in my heart, and great memories.
This is from Autumn. Do you have any weird talents? Who's Autumn? I was thinking, I was like, this handwriting looks, they look similar. I don't know, are y'all related?
We're related.
Oh.
Those are my best friends.
Oh, okay, so it looks like you just used the same pen then, or something. I don't know.
The same picture.
Huh?
They share the pins out there that way.
Oh, they shared the pens, okay. Do you have any weird, I don't know, I don't really think about it. Carrie, do I have any weird talents? I don't know either. Huh?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how weird it is. Like, if someone says to sing it, he can pick a song from like 2 words, like have it in it, and he'll sing it.
I guess, if you want to call that a talent, then I guess that's pretty weird. Yeah.
Your tongue with your nose?
With your nose.
Can you?
Yeah.
Like, can you touch
Okay, let's see. Whoa, that's impressive. Wow, very impressive.
Sorry.
I think you win. Yeah.
You can find the most random place to eat.
The most random.
Yeah.
I like to find different places to eat. Yeah. How about you?
I don't know, I've never thought about it.
Weird talents.
I don't know if this is a talent, but I like singing on a full stomach.
That is.
And most singers don't like to eat much before a show, but I could go to one of those Brazilian steakhouses, those churrascarias, and just totally gorge myself and go on stage like 2 seconds later.
Wow.
It helps me hit the high notes. So I don't know if that's a talent, but
See, I might gasp in for air if I had.
yeah. I don't know. There's something about those high notes where I feel so vulnerable, but if I have a full stomach to push off of, it makes me not feel so afraid. So again, I don't know if that's a weird talent or not, but that's a quirk about me.
Yeah, I think that's pretty neat. Okay, here's another question. Do you miss regular home cooked meals while traveling?
Yes.
Who's that from? Oh, from a mom. What's Melanie? Just like our pianist, Melanie. I would say we do, but we do get every now and then some home cooked meals that we get invited to, which is always a really nice treat to be at home. Like in Boise, we had a family home cooked meal with, yeah. Oh, thank you. Where did you folks come from? Ogden. You came from Ogden, Utah. That's pretty far.
That's 7 hours? Oh, you flew?
Oh,
Okay. That's doable.
Well, thank you for the invite. Appreciate that. David, what level of Pokemon Go are you on? What's funny is Michelle.
That's
Michelle.
me.
Oh, okay, I was thinking.
From Texas.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
I don't play Pokemon Go actually.
Okay.
As big of a Pokemon fan I am, I don't play because I was in Taiwan when the craze started, and I didn't have service. I wasn't able to download, and I think it was a good thing because I saw how everybody was kind of walking around just like this everywhere. I don't know. I didn't play it. Have you ever played Pokemon Go?
I have not. I must be missing out.
Yeah, but I do like Pokemon. I was just liking some photos on Instagram before I came here about Pokemon. Okay, well I think we probably need to. Oh, do you want me to ask some more? One more.
Okay, what is your favorite Christmas tradition? It's from
Angela. Hey Angela. My favorite Christmas tradition. Do you want to start this? Sure.
So, my family and I live just south of Nashville. Has anyone here been to Nashville? Okay, a few of you. It's pretty awesome. Well, there's the Opryland Hotel. They deck it out with just so many lights inside and out. And so we just started our family tradition last year of going there during the Christmas holidays, and it's just unbelievable. But when I was growing up, one of my favorite family traditions was we would all get in our PJs Christmas Eve, and we would watch the Christmas Carol. I'm sure many of you have seen that. There are a few different versions. I think it was the George Scott version or something, I can't remember. But we would watch that in our PJs while wrapping presents for other people, and it would completely put me in the Christmas spirit. And my mom would also make these, I don't know what was inside them, but they were these great little chocolates, and they were just perfection. And so that, along with watching the Christmas Carol, just put me in the Christmas mood. Even though it has nothing to do with Christmas. It was still a fun tradition.
I don't think we have as close traditions as Nathan, but I think well, we like Christmas caroling. That's my favorite tradition, Christmas caroling. I like to visit people, and Christmas caroling gives you an excuse to visit people and sing for them, sing them Christmas songs. So.